we're doing is we have started a movement, and this movement is called Living Free. Living Free. It's living free because, after 19 years being an accountant and, living the life that my parents said to live, I actually found something different. I found an opportunity that could allow me to help people be free. Help people to actually have money, have time, and then have it all while they still have health. Because, guys, I looked at it and I said, wow, I'm just a regular person, but at the end of the day, everybody wants the same things. We all wake up and we all go to work. We all, spend time in traffic. We all have families, and some of us have children. And at the end of the day, what happens is we don't have a lot of time. We don't have a lot of money either. So I just want to give you guys some information, some things about me, even before I get started on it. My background obviously is in accounting. I'm a certified public accountant. I went to school and got a 4-year degree in accounting, and and that was because my parents asked me to go to school, and I did it. But growing up in the city of Newark, New Jersey for 19 years, all I can tell you is that I needed something. I had to get out of there. So school was perfect. Because Newark, New Jersey, if you know anything about Newark, New Jersey, Brick City, that is definitely not a place where you would want people to be. And my parents were good because they loved God, and they made sure that they provided for us. What they did is they provided us a vehicle by sending us to private school. They sent us to private school. I went to private school all my life. I'm talking about from first grade all the way really through high school. And and I'm gonna tell you, man, had I not gone to private school, all that time, I don't know where I would be, because it shielded me from some of the things that was happening right there in the city, right there on my block or around the block. So coming out of the city and then moving to Maryland to go to school, and I said, man, this is a nice place. We wound up just staying here because I said, man, there's no going back, to where I was, because my brain had expanded. Now I had just finished school, and I started my career just like a lot of you guys. You start your careers, and you could see what it is that you want to do. You go to school for that time period, and then you say, man, okay, I'm a doctor now, or I'm an attorney now, or for me, I was an accountant and I got started, and I just took the first job that I could get, because I was a basketball player in college, and I really wasn't paying much attention to what was going on at the time. I just was like, I got my grades and I got out of there. And then I was like, oh, you got to work. And so I got a job. I got my first job, and I went and got it. I actually started in the mailroom. My first job from college, I was in the mailroom for a very prominent law firm. A friend of mine called somebody up, networked. I just so happened to be talking with somebody. He says, man, you need a job? I said, I need a job. He says, man, my sister, she is the director of human resources for this big law firm in D.C. I think she can get you a job. And she did. She got me a job. I worked in a law firm, but I'm pushing around the mail cart. I'm pushing around the mail cart, and I've got a degree in accounting. I'm like, man, this is for the birds. And I'm talking about, I did that for a couple of months. It was like a summer job, and I found my first accounting job, and I'm going to tell you, I was getting paid a whopping $22,000 a year. That was in 1995. Hey, I don't want to date myself, guys, but that was in 1995. $22,000. That's probably the equivalent of $40,000 today. So think about it. If based on how the economy is and based on what things cost, that's the equivalent. Look at that. But $22,000. Hey, I wasn't married. I didn't have any kids. I didn't have many bills. I was sharing a place with a friend. So I was able to get by. got by on that $22,000. But I knew I wanted more. Just like a lot of you guys, you want more. You're like, man, I want more than this. And I wanted more. And so I decided that I wanted to get another job. And I'm going to tell you, man, I was, at the time, I think I was taking some shortcuts at work. And has anybody been fired before? I got fired from this job because, the lady that I was working for, she just was like, I just don't think she liked me. And I was in the office, and I used to just be saying hi to people all the time. I'd go talk to people because, I thought that I was, I was like, well, I'm making friends with the people that I work with. But she fired me because I came in after 9 a few times, and she would be like, standing there, Jay, you're late. It's after 9. Does anybody get that at their job? Look, she was clocking my time. She wasn't just looking at my work. She was clocking whether or not I got there at 9:01 or 9:05. And so she fired me. I remember it was just before the 4th of July of 1996. And she comes to me and she says, hey, it's a Friday. She says, Jay, come into my office, and she hands me a pink slip and says, Jay, goodbye. It's over for you. And I'm sitting here like, what? I said, you know what? I'm good. I walked out there. I was only making $22,000 anyway. I'm going to go get what I'm going to get. And I'm going to tell you, it was probably less than 2 weeks. I got a new job, $28,000. Has anybody gotten a job fast? But I'm going to tell you, back then, there was a lot of jobs available. I don't know about now. I bet you it would take you longer than a week or two to find a job if you needed one. But I needed a job, and it took me less than 2 weeks to get another one. I got an instant raise. Have you ever gotten, left a job and got a raise, or got a raise at a job? Well, sometimes you got to leave a job to get more. Think about this. I'm going somewhere with this. $28,000 was my next salary. I thought that I had hit it. Because I'm like, $6,000? I'm like, no, that was, $6,000 more money. I'm like, yes, $28,000. And I was excited, and I said, you know what, I'm not going to get fired from this job. I'm not going to be messing around. I'm not going to be talking to the people here. I'm just going to do my job. And I was good. I'm talking about every time they looked up, I'm asking for more. And they're like, Jay is good. And all my performance appraisals was good. And they was like, man, they kept giving me more work, and they kept giving me more work. And to where I was I was doing some heavy lifting in this accounting department. I was excited because I said, man, maybe I could be the manager here one day. Maybe. And I'm going to tell you, the day came where I chose, because I wanted to be the manager of this accounting department, and I chose to stay because they was going to move this whole company to Philadelphia. I chose to stay. I was the only one that chose to stay. Everybody took the severance package but me. I said I wanted to further my career with this company. And guys, so I go and I stayed with the company, and they said they were going to do something for me. Has anybody ever been promised something? Has anybody ever been promised a raise, or been promised that they would get a promotion? I was promised this promotion. All of a sudden, these new people start showing up to the new department. I'm like, well, what's your position? I'm the manager of the accounting department. What? You the manager? What? What's your position? I'm the controller of the accounting department. Well, you the controller? Then they had the nerve to bring a supervisor in to supervise me. I was like, what? I said, this is crazy. I stormed into the CFO's office and said, man, what's going on? And he just acted like, well, Jay, and he just giving me this hobnob BS stuff. And I'm like, are you serious? I said, man, listen, I want out of here, man. I want to get my severance, man. Y'all didn't do what y'all was supposed to do. Okay, well, I can give you half of it. You know what? Better yet, no, it wasn't even half. They will give you 2 months. They was originally given 6 months of severance, a half a year. That would have been $14,000 that I would have gotten. $14,000, but they said, no, we'll give you 2 months. So now I'm fuming. I'm mad. Sometimes when you're upset, you do things, right? Have you ever made a mistake while you was upset? Said something wrong, actually did something? And I'm going to tell you, see, at the time, I was traveling for this company. Every week I had to travel. I'm getting somewhere with the story, guys, so just hang with me, hang tight. I had to travel. I was back and forth from Philadelphia to Maryland, back and forth every week. Had to do an expense report every single week. Every single week. Check this out. Check this out. It's coming. So I do an expense report, and me and my wife, my girlfriend at the time, she's my wife today, we had some dry cleaning on the same bill. I think her bill might have been like $3. I was just like, it's just $3. I just added it all. I said, well, you know what? I think the ticket was $12. I didn't have to have a receipt. But I had already asked her because she had the receipt, so she had to fax me the receipt. She faxes me the receipt. It comes across the fax machine. When I saw the $3, I said, I'm just gonna get the whole 12. And I removed the receipt, balled it up, put it in my trash can. All right, now this is the crazy part. Apparently, my accounting manager boss saw the fax come across. He knew that I'd gotten a receipt. And when I turned in my expense report and he didn't see the receipt, he was rummaging around trying to find this receipt. He went into my trash can and found the receipt. I'm getting somewhere with this story. Went into my trash can, found the receipt, held on the receipt. The next day was Friday. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, man, I gotta get home. Let me get my expense check. They was like, hey Jay, can you come in the director of HR's office for me, please? Like, director? What am I going to this office for? Hey, what's going on, man? I gotta get out of here, man. It's gonna be traffic. Hey, have a seat. Well, Jay, it doesn't look like I can trust you. What are you talking about? Well, look at this. You didn't turn in the proper expense report, and look at this, $3. You didn't put it on there. I'm like, what are you talking? I'm like, it was $3. You should have said something. What are you telling me? It's just $3. I ain't thinking. I'm like, come on. Do you know they fired me on the spot? It's an at-will company. Some of you guys work for an at-will company. All it takes you to do one little thing and they'll fire you. They fired me. Again, this is the second time. This is failure at its best. Anybody failed before? This is failure. You would have quit right now. You would have gone home and you would have just been crying and you would have done all this stuff. I'm telling you, I had to drive from Philadelphia all the way to Maryland thinking about this thing. And I'm going to tell you, I did. I drove home in shock, not knowing what I was going to do. And I'm going to tell you, I went home and I got into bed and went to sleep. And my girlfriend, my wife, she shows up and she's happy. Oh, you're home. And what happened? What's going on? I got fired, honey. What? She couldn't believe it. When I told her, she thought she did. I said, it wasn't you, it was me. And they fired me, but they wanted to fire me because they knew they did me wrong anyway. But see, look, I'm going somewhere with this story, guys. So I get fired again. And back then, I had small faith back then. But I was trying to do the right thing, but I had small faith. It was small enough, but the Lord himself was working with me. He was testing me. He was testing whether or not I was going to blame somebody, and I didn't. I sat home for 1 week, collected unemployment for 1 week, got a job, the next week got a raise. Anybody get a raise after you got fired before? Second time fired. Didn't even need those people for any type of anything. I had to call them for nothing. I just got hired. Then I got a raise to $34,000. Had that job for 3 months. It was temporary. Then I got another job, got a raise all the way to $49,000. This is all in the span of 3 months. Got fired again. Anybody got fired and just kept making more money? But I'm gonna tell you guys, this was leading me somewhere. This was taking me somewhere. This was taking me on a journey. I didn't know where I was going. See, when you're not in tune with life, when you're not in tune with what you're supposed to be doing, sometimes you're just blind, and I was blind at the time. But I was thankful. I'm like, Lord, thank you, Jesus. Oh my goodness, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. I could not believe what had happened to me. I was just excited, and I was just on fire. And I love this job. I had this job for 3 years, and I went from $49,000 to $80,000 in 3 years. Anybody ever got a $30,000 raise before? I did a good, man, I was doing a good job, and the company was growing, and it was big time, and whew. Then something else happened. I didn't get fired from this job. I got laid off. Just like getting fired. But it's, hey, but at least it's not because of you. At least they say, well, we're not making enough money, so we're going to lay you off. They laid off 5,000 people that day. I just happened to be one of them, but look. See, God is good because I had a job. I think they told me on Thursday. On Monday, I walked into a new job, making the same amount of money. Basically, it just was lateral, but I had a job. 3 months, I had this job. And then I realized something. I said, maybe this job thing's not for me. I don't know what you guys think, but maybe this job thing's not for me, because that means somebody is controlling everything that I do. Everything. It's not fun to know that somebody else is controlling your life. So I said, you know what, bump this. October of 2001, I said, bump this. I let that little job go, and then by December, I was starting my business. I started my accounting and tax business, and I'm gonna tell you, I didn't know what I was doing, but I'm gonna tell you, all I did was contact people, and people that I knew already. Say, look, I'm just getting started. You gotta use my services, and I didn't even understand really what this was all about. I just said, well, you gotta use my services. Some people did, some people didn't. You know, but maybe next year they did, or maybe the year after they did. But we got started, and then next thing you know, that entrepreneur gene just kind of kicked in, and you know, I'm just going with it, and then we started a mortgage company, man, and things were going good. I'm talking about, we were making money, we bought houses, we bought cars, we had all of the perks and extras, eating at all the nice restaurants, and just having a little it was good. It was beautiful. But then the market crashed. Mortgage market crashed. And then next thing you know, you're just like, okay, wow, okay, well that's bad. I had to close down my mortgage company in 2009, and then we just said, you know what, we'll just stick with this accounting thing. But I'm gonna tell you guys, I was a little dejected after that mortgage meltdown. I didn't have that dream anymore, because I had been burned. I had just been going so hard, and I just didn't make it, and I wanted to quit. But I didn't. I stuck with it, and I just kept going. I kept going. As slow as I was going, we growing the company a little bit 10% every year. Not much, but I'm just like, man. Then one day I got a call. Just like you got a call. You guys got a call that's on this line. You got a call from somebody that says, hey man, or hey girl, I want you to take a look at something that I'm doing, or something I'm thinking about doing, man. I think this is it. I think this is something that I believe we can make money doing. And I got this call. And it was from a good friend of mine. It wasn't just from anybody. It was somebody that I had known over 20 years. And he says, Jay, Happy New Year, because it was January of 2012. And he says, Jay, man, Happy New Year. I said, Happy New Year, brother. And so he says, man, listen, man, you got to take a look at what I'm doing. And I said, well, okay, well, what is it? He's like, well, you know what I'm doing. He told me, and I'm just like, you know, and some of you guys have experienced this. You're like, man, I'm not good at that, and I don't know about that. But I just kept thinking, what if? Anybody have a what if moment before? I kept thinking, what if? And so I went and attended a meeting. I attended one of these meetings, and I just was like, man, I said, this business is based on services and products that people have to use every day. So everybody on this line, think about it like this. If you could get paid unlimited amount of money, just not based on something that you just do, but based on the efforts of you and others, getting paid on things like internet, TV, gas, electric, home security, home phones, mobile phones, coffee, health care, health and wellness. Think about it. What if you could get paid on all of these things of an unlimited fashion? And I looked at this, and I've been an accountant for all these years, and I was like, well, this isn't accounting, and this isn't what I've been doing, but man, what if? What if it works? Not what if it doesn't work, what if it works? I jumped in, hands down. Guys, I want to tell you a little bit about our company that we're in. The company is named 5 Links. And 5 Links has been around for 12 years, 13 years this year. They're located in Rochester, New York. And all I can tell you is that 5 Links takes representatives and they put them first. They've got over 300 employees, but the employees know that the reps come first. We come first out in the field because they wanted to build an opportunity that anybody and everybody could succeed at. This business that we're in, direct sales, is over $167 billion worldwide. This tops, I'm talking about the NFL, I'm talking about the music industry, I'm talking about the movie industry, tops it, dwarfs it. All 3 of those combined are only 30-something million. Direct sales is $167 billion. This is what we have our hands on. And we've got all the services that you know and love, all the companies that you know about. You're using them right now. Imagine getting paid on them. What if? What if it works? What if it does work? Not what if it doesn't work. What if it does? What if it does? What if it does? So guys, we put together right here, starting in Indian Head, Maryland, the Living Free movement. It's all about helping you, helping people, helping other people to live free, to be able to do something, not even know that you can do it, but help you do it. Help you achieve what everybody wants to achieve in financial freedom. Living Free movement will touch the lives of thousands this year, 10,000 this year, and millions over the course of the next several years. Imagine being first. Imagine being part of a movement that's first. Yeah, 5 Links has been around for 13 years, but this company is only just under $150 million company. They're talking about this company is going to go from 150 to multi-billions. So what I'm talking about doing hasn't even been done yet. Nobody's done what we're talking about doing, so that's why you're first. We ask you to get on this line just so that you could listen to my story and listen to the vision, listen to what the company somewhat is about, just so that you can understand that this is a big thing. You could easily say you're not interested. You could easily say that this may not be for you, but all I can say is, what if? What if? What if it works? Then what? Then what could happen in your life? All I know is that we've got an opportunity and we found a way to make an unlimited amount of money on products and on services that people have to use every single day. All I say is get with the person that invited you on this call. Ask them for more information. Ask them to take a look at a full presentation of what we're doing. And all I can say is watch it, call them back and ask for your application. You really should be asking for your application right now because it's the beginning, and this business is going to change the lives of millions of people. My name is Jay Moore. I am a national director with 5 Links, but I am the CEO of Living Free Enterprises. We will help everybody achieve financial greatness as a result of this decision of living free. Thank you so much for getting on this call. Get with the person that invited you on, and we look forward to speaking with you. We look forward to working with you, and we look forward to growing and building this business with you. Thank you so much. Have a good night.